Welcome to the Nearly Literate podcast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Darci Hannah.
I think they know.
Yeah, this is my son, Matt Hannah, right here.
You know what I'm upset about?
And that's Daniel, and he's the troublemaker.
I'm upset that you said we couldn't have cake unless we did a podcast.
Yeah, it feels like France.
Yeah.
Let them eat cake.
Except France.
Yeah, that's
except
like all
when
I know.
they're not working.
All I know about the French Revolution is to let them eat cake.
Yes.
I watched the Napoleon movie, but
And do they say that classic line?
I don't know, but
no.
But the France just stole our revolution anyway. So
yeah, like it was just a boom, boom, boom.
They were just like, oh, they did it. Those Americans.
It was successful.
The Americans.
We helped them. We gave them some stuff.
We should do that. And then they.
Yeah, you really did not like Napoleon. I mean,
the
story of Napoleon is great.
I just thought it was not a good movie. It's also probably like a freaking super hard movie to make because it's like the dude like. I don't know. Napoleon's like a crazy character and did a lot of crap.
Yeah, there's so much stuff there. You probably have to make like a 3-parter.
Yeah, it should probably be like an HBO miniseries.
Yeah,
like 10 episodes.
There is a really
1 hour per episode.
There's
probably do it justice.
A really, really, really good Napoleon movie called Waterloo.
Oh yeah.
They like some Russian director made it, and he had like.
Have you watched it?
No, but they had like 10,000 like real Russian. Soldiers perform all of the stuff that they did in Waterloo.
Oh, so like
to scale.
That's nuts.
It's insane, and the acting is really good.
That's a big vision to make a movie with that many.
It's pretty insane.
How do you get that many people to do?
Yeah.
You over
I know,
there,
and then you don't.
You over there, you're not supposed to.
You somehow
be
prevent someone doing an Alec Baldwin and shooting someone with a real bullet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you should look up footage of this movie, Dan. It's insane.
All right, but
the one with Waterloo.
It's called.
Or
Waterloo.
The one Alec Baldwin.
No, well.
I don't know what movie that's probably never going to come out.
No, Rust. It's called Rust.
It's called Rust?
Yes.
Yeah, it's called
Rust.
But
how do you, like, he's claiming he never pulled the trigger, but...
I feel like that's impossible.
Yeah, I think that's... it's...
Some of those, like...
Unless he, like, was, like, hitting, like, I don't know.
No. Well, the thing is...
like...
When he bangs it against his face.
Like, I swear I didn't shoot it. No, I mean, that's... I'm just going to call shenanigans on that. I'm going to call shenanigans.
It sucks because it's like someone probably just gave it to him.
Yeah.
And was like, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right.
I mean, as a murder mystery writer, that's a good way.
That is a good one.
Because they still can't figure out who did it. Like somebody put it was a real bullet.
Yeah.
Inside a prop gun or a real gun used as a prop. Yeah. Everybody's like, oh no. So somebody.
Yeah, but then he also like pointed it at the camera too, which is really weird.
I went beyond the camera. Did it hit the camera? And shoot her?
Somehow he pointed it towards the people who were filming him, and then like he like shot and killed this person with a pistol, which is like with one bullet. I don't know. It's kind of like you have to hit him in the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bad. It's just a bad calamity of
events.
Should
do that should be one of your books. One of your books.
Yeah. Well, see, you just gave away the murder.
No, it could just be like make up a fake actor and then like they get into some trouble.
That's
and
funny.
That also happened to was it Bruce Lee or something? I think that happened to.
He got shot on set, I believe. I think that's how he died. Is that how he died? His son died. His son died that way. He was filming, I think, the movie The Crow. Like, I'm not the person to talk about this, but yes, that has happened before. And I would see who on the set had the biggest beef with the woman who died. Because she was a director.
Well, she was doing, apparently she was doing some kind of like documentary on like human trafficking.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, something like that. You can look it up. It's something to do with like human trafficking.
Oh, so
there's motive. There's motive there.
So maybe somebody wanted to silence her. Yeah, it gets so deep and it's really hard to prove. And poor Alec Baldwin, just wrong place. Well, not wrong place. He's the actor on the set. But I mean, how...
I don't know.
It's so diabolical to frame him like that. You know what I mean? To just, here's this gun. And you trust. I'm sure people like that don't, ask questions. They're just like, oh, there's my prop. This is my cue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna aim it at the person behind the camera.
I feel bad for him, but I don't, because he just did like everything you're not supposed to do.
Well, I think
you're not supposed to point at people. Like you're not supposed to
even
when someone hands you a gun,
show?
You should always check it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You should always look at it and see if like there's anything like
Yeah.
Is there real rounds in there? Like, just check it. You should do your own check.
It
And then
was,
those revolvers too are like, when they're cocked back, like all the way,
You can
like
see
in
the-
full cock.
Yeah.
Full cock.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Hey, watch it.
The triggers can be like really sensitive, like like not even a
Oh.
pound of.
Was it a
like-
revolver?
Yeah,
Oh well.
not even a pound of force can like trigger the.
Yeah.
the
That's just,
hammer
it's
fall.
just.
So it's like. Again, he didn't do any like the safety procedures. He also like aimed it at somebody and perfectly hit them too. So it's kind of weird.
Thinking that it was there was no bullet or a prop
Yeah,
bullet
because
you could
like
see a
blank or
bullet.
something.
Oh, blank. Okay.
Yeah, you can tell the difference.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I don't know. Anyhow, we digress. What kind of cake did you want tonight?
I guess your carrot cake. Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I guess
birthday.
there was a few things that happened. I guess over the week. Well,
Yeah. No, we had a big week. I mean, we shouldn't always like.
but real quick, let's see. This is from Snopes. Before her ultimate death on the movie set in October 2021, cinematographer Elena Hutchins, maybe,
I think that's
was
it.
scheduled to start working on a documentary about Hollywood pedophile rings. So that's the claim. And then Snopes says it's false.
What is Snopes?
Snopes is, you don't know Snopes?
I don't have
It's like
experience with Snopes.
It's like the fact checking.
Oh, I don't believe
It's
any.
the central authority on fact
Okay, so
checking. Did
that's
you know that?
that's kind of one of those.
Yeah, it's the governmental
No,
like
but
central authority.
It's the
fact-checking.
CIA funded fact
Yeah.
If
checking
somebody
agency.
has to say that I am the fact checker, yeah, I think there's like a not a
How would they know?
conundrum,
Did
but
they give like evidence at all to say
oxymoron
that?
maybe.
Snopes? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I
It
don't
could
know.
be. I mean,
I'm
it could be
looking into
conspiracy. I mean, oh my gosh,
It might be.
It could be.
I've gone down.
I don't know. I heard that a while
rabbit
ago.
hole.
I heard a while ago she's doing something like that. Something about
And-
human trafficking.
Well, whatever the case, those are the lines that you would want to look at because you would have a clear victim, and then you have you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
somebody lost their life.
It says
on
someone
that
used a
set.
fake news generator. That's interesting. There's like a website where it'll like basically generate. You put in like the title. Well, I'm showing the screen, but I guess you put in like the title and an image and some text or whatever, and then you can pick like which label you want it from, which news outlet or whatever, and then it'll like generate like a fake real article.
Okay, see,
Isn't
this
that
is
kinda
like
crazy?
you can't believe anything.
Yeah, I know.
What if
crazy.
Snopes is a double deep fake?
It probably
don't know.
I don't know. Like a lot of people don't like it for that reason because
Yeah.
it claims to be a central authority, and it's like you can't really. There's but Snopes is
Yeah.
wrong plenty of times too. So
Yeah. I mean, anything that claims that, that's just hubris.
yeah.
Of the
Anyways,
fact check.
what
Anyhow.
else happened?
Oh well, we had a big week. And first of all, you guys, Dan was out of town. Jim and Allison live far away. You guys were on a lovely vacation in the Caribbean in Mexico.
Mexico.
That's
We went to Cabo.
Cabo. I know
Yeah.
we're so confused because we don't know our geography, as we've proven on the show. We needed a map. So like when Matt would go off. Matt knows a lot about history, but he's a little.
I don't know where it happened.
Yeah. You just know how it happened.
Geographically.
You just
I
know
just
what
know
kind
it
of
did happen.
airplanes that were involved and the tanks and all that
It did happen somewhere.
over there.
It happened.
In that
There
map.
might have been a tornado involved. Who knows? Homeless people were stealing things. What was that classic CNN thing where the woman was like, "There is looting, but we haven't
We're
been
reporting
able to confirm
looting.
it yet."
Yeah,
we're
we're reporting
reporting looting,
looting.
but we haven't confirmed it. Like,
Yeah.
There's Cabo. I'm sure.
Oh.
It's right in the tip.
So this
That was
time of year,
awesome.
this is a January in Michigan, and it's ugly.
Yeah,
It's
we had a
ugly
direct
out there.
flight from Michigan,
Yeah.
though, which was like crazy.
And so many people are getting out of Dodge in January. It's really interesting because, my nieces Dana and Jenna were down there too. Different place, same time. Those all-inclusive places. Just everybody's.
You also get, like,
you're getting
so
out
many-
of you're getting out of Dodge
There's like
Yeah.
pretty soon.
there's so
Yeah.
many ads for like cruise ships and stuff too. Like
Cruise
this time
ships?
of
I
year.
think
it's
this
a huge
time-
market. It's probably
Yeah.
all like northern states.
I think it's like the stress from like the holidays.
But
Because you
it's-
don't really get to relax during the holidays.
I know, but I feel like I'm not relaxing in January. Like I feel like almost more stressed in January than. I mean, it's dark.
yeah.
It's so it was unseasonably cold. which is fine. I mean, we can deal with cold. And then it went to unseasonably warm, and we've just had so much rain.
Yeah, unbelievably rain.
The
We
thing
want
that's getting
snow. We
me
were
is,
going to
like,
go skiing this weekend, and
It's just so overcast. It's been so overcast like for so
it's like
long.
dreary. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
really
just
dreary.
really like depressing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Dan and his lovely girlfriend Callista were away in this beautiful, beautiful sunny, I mean, like Cabo or whatever that was, Mexican
La Paradiso.
La Paradiso.
I don't think that's right.
No. But yeah, it was just crappy here. And you said, you know, we're making our way back to the airport. And I'm like, you do not want to come home today because it's terrible here.
Yeah, dude, the water level rose so high in some places. Like
Really?
Yeah, when I
Because
went
of
to
this
go
rain?
visit my girlfriend, the river
Yeah.
that was there, like, had flooded the surrounding area
Really?
pretty drastically. Yeah, like by like
in
5
winter,
feet
in
of water.
January, like this would be snow and ice, but we're not getting
Yeah,
the
it's
snow
so
and ice.
much water. It's crazy.
I'm sure everywhere has been different, but the cold day, we had a big cold snap, and sure, the rest of the country had that. But -3 degrees, and I look out the window, and there's this truck backing down our narrow road. We have a very narrow road that dead ends, you know, right kind of by our house. And I'm like, what is that? And it dawns on me, like, it's just all this lumber. And the guy gets out, and he's not dressed for the weather. And I go, what is that? Like, it came to my house. He goes, this is your deck. And I go, what? What? It's January. Like, and we had, you know, we were going to build a deck last summer. We started the process in the spring. And I'm just going to complain about the prices of like lumber and all that. And we didn't want to do this ourselves because it's a big second story project that, you know, it has load bearing ish, you know, we don't want to mess with that. We can do our DIY, you know, home renovations fine, but
we're a large family, so we need structure. we need good structure. We need good engineering.
Yeah. I mean, you can take
We
a
need
bunch
good
of small,
load bearing.
Yeah, I mean, you could a bunch of, you know, tinier, smaller.
If we
people
all
could be on that
jumped
deck.
at the same time on top
We
of
could
a
take down a
cow,
deck.
like on top of a cow,
Oh, tell me what? No,
we would
Don't-
kill the cow.
Why would
You
you
wouldn't.
say
You
that?
wouldn't need to take it to
Leave
the butcher and do the whole thing. We
animals-
could just
Ah,
break it with our bodies.
It's a
You don't
weird-
think so?
I don't know.
No,
No, I
'cause
think
it's not-
it would just be that's just a weird analogy. I don't know.
Bad analogy, Matt. But
Okay. Well, I don't
but-
know. We could break a bridge.
well, we could definitely
don't
break
know.
a deck that your dad and I would put up ourselves. But so anyhow, they
I think if
dropped
we
off
all
this,
got into a smart car, all the
Yes,
tires would be
yeah.
flat.
That could be.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I
You
think
can
it-
like pick those cars up. I'm pretty sure you can like
Yeah,
you can like
turn them.
if you get like 2 people, you just pick them up and move them.
I think I've seen somebody do that,
Yeah, I don't know.
but it's not the greatest. But anyhow, we decided to get a deck this last fall for some time this spring, and they chose to try to start it in January. So we had all this lumber delivered at a -3 degrees standing air temperature, and this poor man did it all himself. Like, what are you doing? So slowly, like, that is not being built. So that's a bit disruptive. Then I had a book launch. That was a big thing. First book launch of the year. You guys,
And birthday,
I
and a
book
birthday.
launch.
How many books launches do you have?
You
this year?
guys,
book launch, birthday,
huh?
Battlestar
How many book
Galactica.
launches do you have this year?
3. This is the first of 3.
It's
And
crazy that I was like, this is like the 5th one in this series, isn't it?
Yes,
That's
and that to me,
insane.
this is so neat. So for those of you out there who are writers or readers and love cozy mysteries, well, first of all, I'm going to
Shill
plug
your
my
book.
book.
Yeah,
I'm
shill
gonna
your book.
Is that what shill? I'm not a shill, and this is not a shill.
Ride or die.
This is Murder at the Blarney Bash, and this is the 5th book in my Beacon Bakeshop Mystery series. First book in the series is Murder at the Beacon Bakeshop. But when I used to write historical fiction, and you know, I tell the story, and I'm sure I've told it many times on this podcast. But when that didn't turn out for me, I decided to write mystery. I didn't know the mystery that I wrote was classified as a cozy mystery, which is a funnier, lighter. Amateur sleuth is the one that's doing the, you know, sleuthing. It's like Miss Marple, that kind of thing. But they're fun. Mine is more modern, but mine is set in a bakery at a lighthouse in Michigan. And what's funny about this book is so common in the genre, the cozy mystery genre, holiday books are very common. And so I have written a Christmas book. I have written a Halloween book, which came out last fall. And when my publisher asked for more books, he said, I'd like you to do a St. Patrick's Day book. And I'm thinking, what? Like that's not a holiday. Like
Yeah, that's a weird one.
well, it's just like it's one of those smaller holidays, not being Irish that we
It's
knew
all
of.
it's borderline like a Hallmark holiday. Like,
Well,
not
I mean,
gonna lie.
it's
St. Patrick's Day?
No, it's
Yeah.
a big. It's
No,
a big
I mean, it's a day for
a
you to
big
drink. Basically, it's just an
Irish
excuse to drink.
holiday, and it's
Yeah, I don't.
to venerate
There's
St.
no like.
Patrick.
It's not a religious holiday.
Yes, it
right?
is. He's the patron saint of Ireland. I'm not sure. Well,
Yeah, it's
I
a
think it
religious
started-
holiday for Irish people.
well,
Yeah, to drink.
Everyone else is just an
Yeah, and they
excuse
just
to drink.
Yeah, I mean, the Irish use it as an excuse to drink too.
well, yeah. And so, like
Like,
so when you think
I
about
think they
it,
just made it up so they could have a day to justify drinking.
well, I mean, it's a celebration, right? And so, but here in America, we associate it with, the first thing that popped into my head, and I'm kind of ashamed of this, but was like a box of Lucky Charms. Because as a kid,
I feel like Irish people would find that very.
I'm
offensive.
sorry if you're Irish. You're real Irish. You're not American Irish. Lucky Charms, just the icon of my childhood because we never got it. My parents didn't believe in sugared cereal. You guys probably never got much of it either. But anyhow, I
Joy
was
and
like,
happiness?
yeah,
No, I
like
never
I'm up
got
for the
any of that.
challenge. And so I'm thinking about St. Patrick's Day, and my publisher, my editor, was really cute because
Little
he's
bit of
like,
joy.
I can see like green frosted cupcakes on the cover. Like he was like very keyed into the food, which I am. Usually when I plot a murder, I usually try to think of the person I'm going to murder. It's hard how the process. But the first thing that popped into my mind was like food. And I'm like, the only thing I really know that's particularly Irish that we eat on St. Patrick's Day now that we loved is soda bread. Remember?
Oh, I
Irish
thought you were
soda
gonna
bread?
say like corned beef.
Well, for sure.
I thought you were gonna say beer and corned beef.
Yes. Well, yes. The
Hot
baked
take.
goods.
Hot
yeah.
take. Corned beef
You don't like it. You like?
sucks. I hate it.
I know.
Really?
I don't like it. No, I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know why.
Well, as
I
a
just don't
kid,
like
it was funny because we never loved it as a kid. Like, my mom, and so my mom was Scandinavian, my dad's German, but we grew up around Chicagoland and suburbs of Chicago, and Chicago is a very Irish town. Lots of good Irish food. So the history of the corned beef and cabbage, though, that's just a commoner's meal. Like it's an affordable meal for the working class. It's a real salted piece of beef, so that
the serfs.
The poors.
no, it's a really good hearty meal, and it's like and back in the day, like you couldn't. It was very hard to preserve meat, so they had to salt it a lot, and then this was
They were eating all
tougher cut.
sorts of crazy shit back then.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then the cabbage was essential because of vitamin C. So I'm not going to go down that road writing a funny, cozy mystery. But anyhow, the point of this book was, and it is an adorable cover. I write also about a Newfoundland. I have 2 dogs here. We have one with us today. I don't have a Newfoundland right now.
We should get like a dog cam.
We should get Ripley.
Get a
We have
Ripley cam.
gorgeous golden
Yeah,
retriever.
we
She's
should. We
singing.
should.
She's very cute.
So you do holidays, right? Are you gonna
Well,
do?
so-
Are you
so
gonna do
what
one that
happened?
centers around the breast cancer awareness?
Is that a holiday? That's a month. Don't look at how he asked that. That's so disrespectful. Stop it. Stop. I'm going to apologize. If I do, it would be beautiful.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
A murder mystery.
I can
Yeah, murder
float-
mystery on
a
birth.
big
Why don't
titty
you write-
mystery.
Yeah,
Why
big
don't-
titty mystery.
Okay,
A big
enough.
titty mystery by Darci Hannah.
Why don't you write that? So anyhow, let me go back to my good story.
Maybe I will.
Yeah, that's a lot of.
Good luck getting that published.
Her
Anyhow,
boobs hurt a little too much.
Okay. This is why it's a nearly literate podcast because
He was smothered to death.
no, I can't believe I
The
agreed.
crime scene is just like the chalk outline is just like 2 huge like
Yeah,
round.
the dead body. The guy's like smiling. He like died. He's got like a huge smile on his face.
Yeah, he's like a dead body and he just got the hugest smile.
Oh my God. Smothered to. That would just be.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
I know you could just have your protagonist just be exceptionally well.
Endowed.
Thank you. Yeah, but let's leave.
She's got a Harvard and 2 Harvard endowments.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So no. So this is first of all, I can't agree. I can't believe I agreed to putting this on YouTube. Okay, this is not my idea. I'm a writer. But
That's gold.
That's
I don't
a
know what
great
you're talking
idea.
about.
That's amazing.
No, it was funny.
You
But
should
no,
pitch that one.
all right. You write it up and I will.
A big titty
How did he
mystery
die?
series by Darci Hannah.
How did he die?
All right, look, back to my Blarney Bash.
The sequel could be a big booty
Yeah,
mystery.
yeah.
Okay.
By
The
Darci
last
Hannah.
time we saw him, he was at the wet
This,
shirt
and then
contest.
the review is going to be, this book is a carbon copy of the first book, except the titties were replaced with big booties. It's the exact same book.
Yeah,
It
but
just-
it's like, but
that's a 2 for the price of
I
one,
mean-
Mom.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
thinking.
for
I
people who
mean-
didn't read the first one,
That would be very efficient writing. You know.
everybody
I
has their
can't- I mean, everybody's got their
preferences,
style, Daniel. But anyhow, so
you know? This
when-
one's for the butt guys.
I remember. Can I just finish my story about the
Yeah,
book?
sure. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah,
Go
It
ahead.
involves you. You were living at the house, and we were like, you had probably just moved out because I write, these books like a year, maybe a year and a half, whatever, before they come out. And I'm like, oh, St. Patrick's Day murder mystery. And I'm like, and all I could think of was a leprechaun. And I'm like, I'm going to get in trouble if I kill a leprechaun. But if I wanted to kill a leprechaun, how would that happen? So I'm just kind of my process is not, it's not anything to write home about, my writing process. It's no great, intellectual thing. So I needed some more coffee, and Matt's waiting for the coffee to fill up in the pot. And I look at him and I go, hey, and Matt, you were in you're a finance guy, so you were kind of in accounting, or I don't know what you were doing at the time, what job you had. But you're waiting there, and I go, I'm going to write a St. Patrick's Day mystery. And I'm thinking about killing a leprechaun. And how would I do that? And you're like, and then you came up in 2 minutes, like you just did now with the plot. Like you just came up with a whole series for a book series. I hope you realize that. You did that. You had a very detailed plot about how to go about doing this murder mystery, though I couldn't use a lot of it because it was inappropriate. But then you go, let's just get a whiteboard. Let's whiteboard this. But I was like, wow, you had a great idea. The core of it was good. Someday, if you actually read, you can listen to this. I do have some free downloads.
That's not going to happen.
Okay.
I should probably read it.
I put you in the forward.
Oh, did you really?
I did, Matthew.
You know it if you read it.
See, this is how much my kids they each get a copy of my book for free.
live it.
I
I
didn't
live
read
it.
it
I
either.
live it.
You live it?
It had just came out though, in my defense,
Yeah,
so I didn't
yeah.
really have time.
Blah 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 blah.
But I'm
I'm a
also
little
5
strapped
books.
for cash.
I'm almost 5. Also 5
I had
books
this whole
behind.
thing.
So
Yeah. I can't afford the $5 for it. I'm sorry.
I have it here. One day I found myself standing in my kitchen staring at my coffee maker as another pot was dripping its way to completion, thinking on all things Irish. That's when my son Matt walked in. These are in the knowledge. This is not part of the story. Also looking to fill his coffee mug. 4 of us were working from the house at the time, and the coffee maker was the most adored appliance in our kitchen. While Matt and I were staring at the coffee pot, anxiously waiting the moment we could pour a cup, I looked at him because, we don't like to stand in the kitchen and look at each other. We just want to get our coffee and get out of there. That's my little aside.
Was I in the kitchen though?
You
I thought you
were.
just came in my room.
No, I was in the kitchen. We were whatever.
All right.
I said, hey, I'm going to write a St. Patrick's Day mystery. Any ideas? And while all my sons are creative, Matt's devious nature was really on display that day. That's what I wrote about you. While we waited for coffee, he proceeded to plot my novel for me. You were 25. Being a 25-year-old finance major and never having read a mystery, cozy or otherwise, Matt's version of the plot wasn't exactly cozy mystery friendly, but his core idea was great. And it was also just the inspiration I was looking for.
Oh yeah.
So I thank you for that in the book. So I cut
We
out.
had to
some
cut out the main
don't-
joke because I was
Yeah.
trying to
Well, no, don't say too much about it.
yeah, you're gonna
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
ruin
A,
this. for
you'll
everyone.
get me
There was
kicked.
a really good joke,
It
that
was
we
a
but
good- no,
they
it
had to
still
cut
is-
it. They had to cut it out most of it.
It's still in. I mean, the plot was good.
Well, I mean, to
Like,
be
the
fair,
reviews
I
are
had
good.
I just got
Pull
off.
up a review.
I was really
Pull up
high.
a 1-star and pull up a.
I got super high in my room.
I hope that's
No,
not
I don't-
true.
No, I don't smoke weed. I was watching this video about this guy.
Often.
I watched this video about this guy who tried to take over the world, but he was this fat Italian dude from in the 90s, and he was just he's very smart, but he was just completely insane.
No, it was cool.
And what he was doing with his money to try to move it around and stuff was
it was a lot of
pretty
money
impressive.
moving. Yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot of money moving. He would just I probably shouldn't like tell.
Don't say it,
people,
but I didn't really actually use
but-
quite that thing, but I did. So growing up, like the actual crime I have
With,
in
like
the
the
book.
Hydra Company thing. Is that what it's called?
Well, the actual crime in the book, actually, a neighbor of mine perpetrated when I was a kid. Like,
Okay, all right.
went to jail, white collar.
Is that the one where the guy, like, every transaction, he got, like, a penny from him?
Okay.
Did I ruin it?
Oh, shit. But anyhow, that's just part. That's just not really.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's buried in there. It's like you. I don't think you actually. Well,
Yeah,
whatever.
you're not
It's just-
allowed to focus so much on the finance stuff. Like, I feel
No.
like you start going down like the financial scam route, and like half the people up,
I mean, if you're
90%
clever
of people's
enough,
eyes who
yeah.
read your book are just gonna roll back in their head, like, what is
What are you
this bullshit?
saying about the people that? No, no, it's fun. No, it's just very festive. So we really embraced the theme of St. Patrick's Day, which is funny because growing up I wasn't Irish. My mom's like, "You're not Irish," but everybody's a little bit Irish on St. Patrick's Day. And then last Christmas, Jim gave us a 23andMe. I just finished this book. I explained how I'm not Irish, but these are the things I know, and I also do love historical research. And I really doubled down on my folklore, my Irish folklore in this book because, leprechauns. And all things great about Ireland and the food. And, we go through a lot of that. A lot of good recipes in the back. On that note, there is one of the best recipes for soda bread. And I remember I would make it on St. Patrick's Day. It's like kind of the best part of the meal. And we had one of your friends over. And they like loved it. The soda bread was really, really good.
It is good soda bread. I do remember the soda bread.
So it goes good with the meal. But anyhow.
But I'll be honest with you, that day is a little hard to remember sometimes
Yes.
because I am drinking.
Oh, yeah, and I don't know if we do go through so much. It's a cozy mist. We don't do that. There is
That much drinking?
there's
Is
an
there a drink in
Irish
there?
micropub.
Is there a drink in there?
I don't think I have one. I don't think I
Did
do.
you try to like make a drink for it?
I sometimes I do, and I think this one. I think we just had enough. Like I don't think I put a drink in the back of it.
I'm done dyeing things green.
Well, I think
I hate
I'm just
the
gonna
green beer.
say that
It's
Guinness.
so
It
gross.
was like
Guinness
Miller
is
Lite with a
good.
dash of, like,
Guinness is just a really great beer. I'm not a beer drinker, but I can drink
Guinness is really good.
and it's Irish. And when you
solid,
think of Ireland, so I do make a chocolate cake with Guinness in it. That's what you had.
It's not the best stout, but it's definitely the most drinkable stout.
It's very smooth. But anyhow, so it was just a lot of fun. And we had the big launch was on the 23rd of January. And so I bake a lot and I use some recipes in the book. And you were just flying home. It was just a chaotic day. You made it. And then it was such a crappy day that the bookstore was having the book launch at, which is Two Dandelions. Shout out to Two Dandelions. They're so awesome. But they were texting me in the morning. They're like, "Oh, look at the weather. What do you think? Should we cancel?" I'm like, ugh. And my decision was based on my refrigerator and all the stuff I had made, like all the, like the cakes. I made little mini Guinness chocolate cake with Bailey's buttercream frosting. So like just little things. And then I made grasshopper brownies, which are really good. Just little fun things. And then I had some little favors, which you saw, whatever. And I just looked at all that food and I'm like, it's because they're like, well, we could push it off or, whatever, maybe to the weekend. And I'm like, the food is going to not last for the weekend. So we're just like, it's going to rain. Let's just have it. Like, hopefully it's not going to sleet. And we had a wonderful turnout. I was very, very, excited and very humbled by that because people drove through that crappy weather to come celebrate a little bit of St. Patrick's Day with me. So, but yeah, so this is the first book to come out. And then later this year, I have a new series coming out, which we're really excited about. That'll be hardcover.
We're not allowed to talk about that one, right?
Oh, you can talk about it because I don't think you know anything about it.
No, but like the title's released and everything?
Yeah. It's murder. No, it's not. Oh my God.
The Food and Spirit.
A Fatal Feast at Bramsford Manor. Now that Bramsford Manor, the place I'm writing about is a real place, but I changed the name up just a little bit to protect the innocent. But it's fun. That's good. Yeah, it's the series has Food and Spirit, so that one's really fun. It's about kind of a food baiting ghost hunting show. That's actually a book.
Wasn't it like your pitch? You're gonna pitch it to like the Food
Oh my
Network
God!
or
Yeah. So
something?
how that came about? So this is a story. You want me to tell the story?
Sure,
Yeah, you should.
So my younger brother Ron like his hobby was ghost hunting, and at the time my hobby was writing historical fiction. And his wife, she like would renovate hotels and put in these great kitchens, and she was she is a wonderful cook. So she really is a foodie, whereas I dabble. I cook for the masses. I cook a mean dinner, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm more like the diner level cook. Baked goods, maybe a little elevated, but my sister-in-law could throw down some like gourmet meals. So anyhow, I was out of work. I got kicked to the curb in the historical fiction industry. What that means is I just didn't sell enough to get my contract renewed again, but that's another story. And Ron my brother Ron was moving. And so he was like one of his hobbies was ghost hunting. And so we would always like talk about all the weird things that we were, like that do, like Sasquatch, finding Bigfoot, like that. We think Bigfoot might be real, it's whatever. But he legitimately hunts ghosts, and he had gotten pictures, crazy pictures and stuff. So we're both kind of like, he doesn't know what to do. He didn't have a job yet, and he had joined, I think it was like the Manhattan Paranormal Team or whatever, some team locally, and they had moved from Chicagoland to New York. And he was making me watch all these stupid ghost shows on cable, like channels, and you've seen them. I've made you watch them. They're scary, but then you're like, like, oh, something touched me. And you're like, oh, like, did it really now? Like, it's dark.
It's hard to tell if they're fake.
You could be a great actor. And then like, it's like, oh God, did you hear that? Or like, weird sounds, like weird sounds happen all the time. I you know what I mean? I don't know. Like I believe, and I think I've definitely had paranormal experiences. When you have them, and they're usually not frightening. They're just like, oh, whoa. You know what I mean? I think we're all a little bit maybe open to, you might not be open to it. You are a little open to, anyhow. So I said, and I didn't love these shows, but I got to understand like how popular they were on TV. So I call him one day and go, hey, you know what channel doesn't have a ghost show? The Food Network. So why don't we pitch a food-based reality TV ghost show? And what it is, it would be based on like the Celtic tradition of Samhain, where they were around, I'm saying that word wrong, around Halloween, like I think it's like a mid-solstice time when the veil between the living and the dead is the thinnest. They do a traditional dinner, and it's called like a silent supper or a spirit supper, where they set a place at the table for the departed loved ones, and they have a feast, and that supposedly welcomes the departed loved ones back in. I don't know if you can pull it up.
I gotta pull up Samhain.
I think that's the Halloweenish,
Gaelic festival November 1st, marking the end of the harvest season.
Yeah.
And beginning of winter, or a darker half of the year.
Yeah. And so it's a feast day because it's a harvest time. And but it was like this tradition of like whatever. So I'm like, why don't we take that? And I'll find a historical place that's haunted. And, Brenda can, my sister-in-law can make the food, and I can find the historical place and do the historical background. And then you research on the ghosts, and then you do the ghost hunt. And so we had this super funny. It was going to be kind of funny because I don't think anything we do would be serious, but I thought the premise was fun, and I called it Food and Spirits. And so I wrote it up as a TV pitch, and then I don't think I did, I was in between gigs, and you need a different agent for that. And I was just like trying to get a different, I just was a little lazy. I didn't go after those kinds of agents at that point. So I just put it in my drawer. And then, was it a year ago? Yeah, maybe 2022 or 2022, I think it was. My publisher asked me to, they want me to write another series. And I thought they wanted 3 pitches. And so I gave him like 2 pitches that, classical, cozy things that I would love to do. And 2 series that I would love. And then the third one, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to write this book up. I'm going to write this pitch up as a book now. So it's a little bit meta. So it's a cozy mystery about, and I totally rewrote it. So it's very fun, and it's very, first place they go to is the UK. But the main character, is going to be taken through the eyes of an unbeknown, like she's my protagonist her name is Bridget Bunny McBride. She's of Scottish heritage, but she's working in the United States, and she's an up and coming celebrity food chef, and she gets her own traveling food show. And she hates paranormal stuff, hates old buildings. That's why she's in America. She's like living in a modern place. And she realizes that she just got roped into it's a little more involved in this, but she gets roped into a food-based ghost show. And she's not happy because she thought the spirits was like mixology. So she goes into her first meeting and she's like, so you guys have the mixologist. I'm the chef. And she's supposed to go, travel around and, make a meal appropriate to the place and time that she's visiting. So that's kind of the basic premise, but it's very fun, very funny. There's murder. So I'm juggling travel, paranormal, food, and murder. So it's hard to kind of...
like history too, a little bit, right?
Oh, it's, yeah. Like I'm writing it like a historical fiction writer would write a modern cozy mystery. It'll be fun. It'll be good time. It'll be a good time. So yeah.
Good time, yeah.
But anyhow, so that comes out in August. But the first one, we still are writing more Beacon Bakeshop series. So those are fun. So maybe someday you'll listen to it. You get a few free downloads.
Yeah, you'll probably
free. You can listen to it. Yeah.
Well,
so that's just not their thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys give me some good ideas though,
Mm-hmm.
because I do have some younger characters. Most of my characters are much younger than I am. And so, hear about the language and stuff. I did have one review that they were sure that I was a man.
What?
I don't know. It was a review Dad read me. So my husband loves, your father loves.
Wait. The person writing the review
was a woman, and she was pretty sure that I am really a man writing as a woman.
Really?
It's amazing. The reviews are great. Your dad reads them. I don't read them. But he'll always point out he'll be like, read this review. And I'm thinking like, it's a 5-star. I'll read it. And then it's a really twist. I mean, God bless people for putting reviews. I'm not going to say don't ever review because I think reviews are very interesting. And I think they're fun. I mean, a lot of them are so wonderful. And there's always those one or two that really stand out for being like, oh, did you not read the same book I wrote? Like, it's very interesting.
It's crazy how I don't
take offense to it though. I mean,
are living in everyone kind of sees people's just realities are so much different.
Oh,
They're so different between person to person. Like the way they absorb reality.
And it's usually
so
one
different.
little thing. Like I might say one word or one thing that they read. I think
Yeah, they think the author's talking to you.
Well, no, but it's just like maybe to them they don't like it, or I know I have because I write about Michigan. I write about a haunted lighthouse from Michigan that has a bakery in it. But the main love interest is a kind of a Michigan guy, like one of you guys. You know what I mean? He's he was an ex-Navy SEAL, and he does a little hunting. And I remember one of the reviews for that first novel, the first book that came out was. Somebody was so offended that this person was a hunter. They're like, I'm not going to read a book where somebody murders animals for fun. And I'm like, oh, like what? I am the most
trigger alert
passive. I save animal. We love animals. But hunting is a culture, and it's not. It's a culture for you're so grateful to feed your family when you happen to shoot a deer, so it's a very different way to look at it.
There's some trophy
for food,
hunters too.
To be fair,
there's a lot of real hunters.
Fishermen, and
there's a lot of real hunters who despise trophy hunters.
Yeah. But I mean, it's funny because when you're writing, and you can't, for those of you out there who are writers and want to be writers, you can't overthink, what somebody's going to say about what you're writing. So within reason, my type of work that I do is, I don't want to use language or offend anybody, obviously, but there is murder involved. And I remember one time, when I was first writing these series, and some of the older rules that are starting to go by the wayside, I think a little bit, but is using profanity. And when my main protagonist found a dead body, I think for the first time, she was like, oh my God, I would say, oh my God. And somebody got very offended that I said that I used the Lord's name in vain. And so I thought, well, I'm sorry. but so you can't overthink it. But honestly, it gets in your head. So the next time you're writing, you're like, oh, maybe I should not say that. But at the end of the day, you just got to write the story that you want to write, that's in your head. And, if there's editors that can Well, actually, the editors don't care. They're pretty good with that stuff. It's mostly, sometimes there's some readers. So with my books, there's not going to be a ton of profanity, but I can't guarantee there's not like some of that kind of profanity. But like what Matt says, like, boobs, no.
I wanted to like slightly
not in my book.
Slightly change
Please
the topic because I wanted to do a segment called Conspiracy Corner.
Yes.
So Conspiracy Corner.
Yes, the X-Files. I was so into the X-Files. Now, do I have to say if it's conspiracy or not?
No, wait. Okay.
Fox Mulder. Oh, what was the girl's name? Scully and Mulder.
Scully.
Oh my gosh, that brings back.
Wait. Okay, but for real.
I love that show.
All right. Okay, so the conspiracy is the NFL is rigged.
Yes or no?
Is the NFL rigged?
This is a good conspiracy, and I think this is. So you guys are more in tune with like the internet.
Well, do you know the background behind this? This is like a new thing. This is a new thing.
I think I think I heard this. What do you think?
I started to believe it a little bit.
What are the tells?
I started to believe
well, first of all, explain why this happened.
I think people are saying this because it all kind of goes back to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and how they're going to the Super Bowl again, and it's like this like too good to be true kind of thing.
It's adorable. I mean, it's kind of
a lot of people are like, "There's no way this is actually like legit or real.
Really,
like this is like got to be rigged. This has got to be planned. This has got XYZ." And so I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
It is funny because I think the people who love football, like the men, are like.
I think so.
You think?
I 100%. I think it's a little bit of a coincidence that the year that like Taylor
Swift
could
they rig
announces this stuff, that like
her biggest year, the era's year,
like Kansas City. I mean, Kansas City's always been a good team, but like they just are just. They're not the number one. Baltimore is number one. They've been crushing everybody.
Baltimore? The Ravens?
Baltimore, yes. They were number one.
I don't know anything
they
about
beat the Ravens to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they beat the Ravens. And, like, they just miraculously come, like, from, like, they're good. They're top, but they're not, like, the top. To just go to the Super Bowl. I just think it's kind of, like, weird. And there was some play calling, too. Like
on the other side?
No, like, in different games, it felt like there was some, like, really, really weird, like...
like
ref calls that were like, what is that?
Like, that's kind of my take, is that like I think it's not rigged. I think for the most part it's totally not rigged, because I think like I saw people posting like videos of people missing tackles and stuff, and like they were doing it on purpose, and I'm like, there's no way.
Because football, you played football. You guys played football. It's hard. It's hard.
It probably just looks easy on camera, but it is so unbelievably hard to make those open field tackles. And those people are the fastest people like in the world. Some of them are. They're so just ridiculous athletes.
Yeah.
Some of the most insane, best athletes in the entire world play in that sport. And
I mean, it's high skill level.
Yeah,
it's insane.
And they get paid a ton of money. So it's like they're not going to throw stuff on purpose,
No, and everybody thinks like somebody misses a ball, like your dad will do this. Like, why didn't he catch that? Like he gets so mad. And I'm like, oh my God, like that's almost impossible to catch. Like they make mistakes.
I don't know. I think there might be some like institutional like hatred for like a team or an organization.
Well, like they freaking love the Cowboys.
They love
it's
the
super
Cowboys.
Annoying. They love the Cowboys.
Oh, are you talking about like
the Cowboys, the game where like the Lions beat the Cowboys this year, but they overturned. There was a call that got overturned. Like I've never seen anything more.
So that sounds like it's rigged.
That to me was like, I've never seen anything more obvious than like this doesn't look right.
So you think
the call was wrong. The call was wrong, and it should have been reversed. The Lions should have won the game,
and they didn't.
And they did not
because of a bad call.
Yeah, they did not.
Now that does. So I love a good conspiracy, like I do. I mean, it's fun, and it's kind of like in a way, it's like you're investigating something because there's so much chatter, so much noise. Then you're like, oh, that's weird, and then you look into it, and you're like, you can go down the rabbit hole, and I've been there many times. But this is a sport where people bet on it. There's definitely bias when you listen to how the announcers. What is the station? What is that? What's the big TV?
Fox?
No, the one that
NBC.
The one that all the sports are on.
CBS. ESPN.
Thank you. I don't see, like, this is how much I know about sports. They definitely, the ESPN definitely has a bias, I think,
Towards certain teams.
Yeah, it's always the LA teams
Or
the
certain,
New York teams.
like,
They're just like
one of the biggest jokes was, I remember, like, back in the day when it was
how John Madden he loved Brett Favre.
Brett Favre, and it was it was like a meme before I think we even had like the memes.
Well,
but he just
Family Guy has like a bit about it. It's so funny.
You know who had a good wedding? Was that a real quote, or was that
no?
Was that a Family Guy?
It's a Family Guy, but like I'll pull it up. Oh wait, here it is. You like it? Wait, I'll
just wait. In a few weeks, that club will be the hottest spot in Quahog. You're deluding yourself. You're gonna fail faster than John Madden's wedding video business.
Boom! Here's your groom over here. Boom! You got your bride right here. And a lot of people say that Stacy's no good and that she slept with this guy and done that guy and even did some handwork on this guy. I'll tell you something. That experience is going to work in her favor late in the game. You know who had a heck of a wedding? Brett Favre.
That's amazing. But yeah, because it was such a bias. So I mean, love the Green Bay, and of course
she got a worse deal.
We're like Chicago Bear fans by birth.
Yeah, but watching the Lions this year was like
it was good.
Absolute like
it
was awesome, but also it was kind of like you could tell at some points there was just like the institution or some dark energy was just against them.
Well,
like I've never seen the most unlucky stuff in football happen to this team. Like the game last night was like some of the most unlucky plays to happen to the football team I've ever seen.
The guy, I don't know if you saw it, Mom, but like the guy, they threw the ball like deep or something. The San Francisco threw the ball deep and it bounced off the defender's head, and then the receiver caught it, and it was like a 50-yard completion. I've like almost never seen that.
He beat the guy, and before he beat the guy, and then they were gonna call passive interference by default if he caught the ball. Before he caught the ball, they threw the flag for passive interference. He was in front of him. How is that passive interference if he's in front of him?
It's pass interference, but I get what you're saying.
Pass interference, passive interference.
What you're suggesting, though,
what I'm suggesting is like there's some bias there, and there's some BS. Like I think if you're gonna like to me, like a position where like the guys the defenders in front of the wide receiver going to catch a ball, and you throw a flag.
Yeah.
If he catches
anticipating.
it. Yeah. Like there's just some like weirdness going on.
So you think
there.
like the refs are the ones that maybe are trying to?
No, I just think certain teams aren't allowed to like win.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't think it's rigged because like I don't know, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes he's just that good. He did it like he's been to the Super Bowl like 5 times now.
Yeah,
he's that good. He just is that good.
And he's
so
very likable.
I don't think it's a conspiracy that team with like the best player maybe ever made it to the Super Bowl. I just don't think so.
No, I don't either. But it is funny because people who
Taylor Swift just picks winners. That's all I have to say.
Well, it's kind of like it's very cute if it's real. Like I would like to think that they have a really cute little romance because I do.
There's no way it's real. There's no way.
How are you so
Absolutely
jaded? Like why?
Because they're making so much money off of it.
I know, but like
that's
so much
conspiracy.
But she has enough money, so this is a conspiracy.
Does she? I don't think she does.
Oh my God, how much money do you need?
Taylor Swift.
I don't think she does.
Travis Kelce.
Now,
is it real?
I have heard on the internet that the government can like using it like Taylor Swift as a psyop because she has the ear of so many young people that they can get people to vote or do things like getting like a vaccine if Taylor Swift endorses it. And I do believe that kind of stuff is true.
I've heard that.
I do believe like if somebody's
I've heard that
popular,
and like that makes sense. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense.
Travis Kelce. So you see them now on ads together pushing different not only products.
So like also too, Dan, the NFL, they don't have a large female population of people who are into their game. Not as much as men are.
Not like
and they're pushed
this year.
They're pushed on a what is it called? Advertising level to have more diversity in their organization. They have to promote that stuff to get a certain score so that they can.
They make more money because they know that the demographic of women that is watching the game goes up when it's the Chiefs playing because Taylor Swift's there. They just want to see Taylor Swift.
Right.
It's crazy.
So to me, it's kind of like institutionally, they're going to want to have a figure like that at one of their football games to get women into the NFL.
Oh yeah, I mean it's done amazing.
Honestly, like,
it's done amazing.
Not a
things.
bad strategy.
Yeah, because like,
It's not a bad strategy,
I
but
know.
it's not
Matt.
real. It's not. There's no way it's real.
I like to think it is real, but like, look at so
No. It's for money.
I'm
It's
gonna
always for
speak-
money.
Well, yes, it's probably. I don't.
If
think
it was
so.
real, they would
I
have never
bet-
announced it.
I bet it's real. I bet it's real. And the reason I think it's
I
real
would
is
like to
because
think
this
it's real.
girl has written so many songs about this.
Yes,
that
that's
it's like-
exactly.
It's like you're saying
she wants to be. She wants.
she's
to have
pretty
a football
genuine and
player.
authentic.
I think so.
And like, I
think
don't know.
That's her appeal. I think she's got.
Yeah.
I think
She's never
got that
dated a
all-
football player.
Yeah, all American appeal, but like there was that one song that she wrote when she was really young that was about like.
It's either the NFL is getting so incredibly lucky, or they're just a giant organization that can do what they want and they throw out money.
It's
like
very
nothing.
interesting, but I can see where we would think it is a conspiracy theory. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't think it is. That's my
So we got
my mom take on
Mom
this
says
is-
no. Matt, what do you
because
say?
I'm a believer in love, true love.
Okay, that's a good
And
reason.
I do find myself
I definitely
looking
think
to
it's
see.
like complete bullshit.
Oh my!
I like. There's no fucking way, dude.
So
Like, no, seriously. Like, it's just like
we'll see who's wins.
it's totally just a marketing advertising thing for the NFL. Like, it's like not even. It works so well
Matt, do they have a Taylor Swift jersey yet?
already.
For sure.
They do.
It has.
Oh my god,
Yes.
I bet.
Yeah,
I'll
are
look
you
it
kidding me? Of course they do. Like,
gift ideas for Mother's
yeah,
Day.
yeah, like
It's like a the funny
they
one.
probably are in a. It is probably one of those things where it's like, I don't know if the relationship is orchestrated, but it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't
Oh, I don't
or
know.
was. You know,
I mean, they're both high profile, but she's a little bit higher profile. Let's just say that. I did not.
I don't
who
know. I
Travis
also think it's
Kelce
just
was.
a big coincidence that the year that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, like, this whole thing is happening. The Chiefs are like,
Well, she's working hard this year. She needs
Yeah, but
she needs a
didn't the
guy.
Ravens play the Kansas City and beat them?
There's
the
not
first
like an official
like Taylor Swift jersey.
Taylor Swift, but there's like 89 Swift or whatever, which is I guess the year she's born or whatever.
Oh my God, that's
87
amazing.
Swifty. So
That's kind of cute. That's very cute.
yeah, it's whatever.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay,
they're-
and then my opinion is that I don't think it's a conspiracy because I just don't.
So 2 against 1.
yeah, so Matt, you lose.
You're allowed to live in delusion.
No conspiracy
And
theory.
look, it's a happy world.
confirmed.
How
Look,
are you
look,
so
look.
jaded? So young. And
Everything's
so jaded.
happy in the chocolate factory, but once you step outside, you realize you're in Gary, fucking Indiana.
Oh, God.
So
Are they really in Gary, Indiana?
no, dude.
Charlie,
I'm
the
just saying,
chocolate
like,
is English.
everything's great inside the bubble.
Yeah. The bubble. The bubble.
Okay. And on that note, could probably wrap.
Okay.
Well, okay. Well, do you want to show that one video?
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
I guess we can do
This is a treat for me because I did have a birthday yesterday.
yeah.
And that the kids, I mean, my husband made my favorite carrot cake. So,
mhm.
and now they're being really
So this is
good.
another segment we're doing where we just get mom's reaction.
God, it better.
It's just a reaction video segment.
Oh, it better not be something I don't want to see. Because
No, it's good.
I have a
It's
very
not that bad.
impressionable
It's
brain,
good.
and I
It might be kind of
strong-
annoying for people who are listening to it, but it's
Believer.
No, I'll show it.
Is that that's not real?
Dorito shell taco from Taco Bell. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing
Who
it well.
did that?
Doing it and doing it and doing it well. I represent Taco Bell Dorito shell.
Worst rapper to ever spit on an open mic. Worst rapper to ever get on so many likes. Worst rapper to ever blow up an overnight. And when my D12 friends for Obi Trice.
That's it.
Now this is the part of the internet that I have never seen. I don't understand it. And
Dude,
you
that
guys
guy-
have
that-
so much
that
of this.
guy is
that was amazing.
amazing.
It was amazing.
Oh my god.
The visual graphics were hilarious.
The
I could tell it kind of looks real. And then I'm like, this is a cartoon. That's pretty.
I can tell you what it is, but it's not that interesting.
I mean, somebody made that. But
No,
it's,
I mean it's all like it's
like a Taco Bell commercial.
So like what that is like it's a bunch of characters from like a video game.
Oh, okay. I do not. know
Yeah,
this.
and it's what they did was like this company made all these video games and then they allowed people to like mess around with their engine. So
That's
people make
nuts.
movies in them.
That's incredible.
Yeah, with the characters.
My God. So,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, that's
funny.
not my taste, but it's hilarious. It is funny.
I know, just
I
like
said,
a
it's very
weird
unexpected.
clip.
They get
Yeah.
you. They get you. And it's like there's
It's very bizarre.
so many talented people out
Yeah.
there that super funny. But yeah, no, I
The,
would not be
the
watching
Wii
that.
one is amazing by that guy.
All right. That well, I appreciate that. That was
Yeah.
good. And
What do you think? Out of 10, how would you rate
made
that?
me laugh. Like I think I did not expect that beaver to be on the window. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I was watching a Taco Bell commercial, and I thought for a minute that guy was real.
Play the Taco Bell one. It's insane.
What's that was a Taco Bell one.
No. There was another one where it's like it's like a Taco Bell ad, isn't it? On the Santa one. The Santa one.
The Santa one.
Yeah. Did it?
You want to see the Santa version of that?
Might as well. I'm kind of a captive audience.
Yeah. Let me actually.
Oh my God, it's so funny that you
Did I
guys
disconnect?
I mean, this is what happens when you work remote. No, I'm kidding.
This is why the world.
That's
Yeah. We have nothing better to do. It's 30 seconds.
Okay, Matt, hit play for me.
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean,
It's your boy Santa coming at you live with another taco
kind of
review.
retro.
Don't forget to like, comment, and... What is that? What is that?
Dude.
What the hell? I mean, what am I looking at? Is that a real Taco Bell ad? Did I just watch, like, what was I watching? Like, I don't understand.
He's like, he pulls it. I think it's. I think.
I mean, is it really
What is that?
like a Taco Bell internet ad? That is pretty hilarious. But it is
I don't think
weird
it's
how
it's not a real
No,
Taco
no,
Bell
no,
ad,
no,
but
no.
it's I don't
Why-
know. It's just funny.
Well, Taco Bell's getting some free advertisement.
They should hire him to make him. He would
No,
make
it
a
was
great
funny.
Taco
It's
Bell ad.
very. It's like a really kind of sucks you in with the colors and the charm and
and like the
kind
you
of
don't.
retro. And
It's so bizarre. You have no idea what's going
Yeah,
on, so it's hard to
no.
look away.
Yeah, that's very funny.
Oh, what the
Happens.
hell?
Oh, wait, camera 2 went out. Or camera
Oh.
1 went out.
Oh wow. Okay.
Hang on a second.
Wait, did I just hit something?
No. Oh, did you?
No.
Hang on. 1 sec. Just talk amongst yourselves. I think
Well,
you still hear the sound.
We can.
We could just cut it right here,
we can
Dan.
cut and
We could just cut it.
No, it's fine.
All right.
no,
well,
we'll cut
all
and
right.
then we'll.
In a sec.
We're gonna have to do a little editing, Matt.
We don't have to do any editing.
We're doing editing.
No, we're not. This
Why
is
do
part of
you-
the show.
No, it's like bad.
Technical
Bad,
difficulties.
bad production is part of our show.
Bad production.
You didn't have these problems when we were just on audio.
Yeah, we could say whatever we want. Do whatever. We could make any symbols we want. We make a bunch of gang symbols.
Okay, stop.
I made so many gang symbols
While we were talking.
before we started putting
And nobody
this
knew it.
video, and nobody knew
Okay, we're
about
back.
it.
Oh, went out again. Okay,
Alright.
we'll just wrap.
Can you get it up and we'll just do a
Oh
final?
wow. Okay, they both went out.
No, just the one. I don't know why.
We'll just all stand behind you.
All right, yeah.
Well,
just
take us out, Dan. It was
All right, well-
we're happy. Like it was a big
Yeah.
week.
big week, and we'll see you
Thank
next
you for
week.
listening.
I guess.
Thank you for
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks
you for
for-
listening to
Thanks,
us. And
We will try to put one of these out every week.
We're
right,
gonna
is
try
our
it.
goal.
Mhm.
and we're gonna have some guests coming up too. So
Yeah,
we'll figure that one
yeah.
out.
We
So
gotta have.
thank you for listening to the Nearly Literate podcast.
Yeah, bye everyone.
Yeah,
Take
bye.
care.
Bye.
Got a little